Right, welcome. Hi, how are you all? Welcome to Eldonna, Amazing Fruits. I hope I spelled that correctly. But Alexandra, Karen, Old Soul, and Ashley all added to the free list, of course. So if any of the mods are in and they want to create the list for me, just copy and paste and then add the next names or delete the previous ones that have been done. That would be a big help. So here's the list. So I'll do 3 at a time. So Eldonna, Amazing Fruits, and Bart. Then I'll do Alexandra, Karen, and Old Soul. Then I'll do Ashley and whoever comes over during the hour. And then I'll wrap up after that hour. So the list will close in an hour's time. So I'll close the list in an hour, and we've already got a sale. Wow, thank you very much, muchly appreciated. Donation for a reading already from Victoria. Thank you, Victoria, muchly appreciated. So let me just get into the Ko-Fi page so I can sort out the donations coming in. Right, so Victoria, VIP status, thank you very much. So yes, Victoria, just need your question. Thank you very, very much, Victoria. It's muchly appreciated. So my list, of course. So let me just do VIP. Hi, Egyptian Famous. Hi, how are you? Welcome. So I'm just waiting for Victoria's. This is the list, the updated list. So Victoria is, of course, VIP status. If you can continue with the list, this is the list I've got so far. If you want to copy and paste it or things. So let's have a look. Oh, so what's going on with your friend? Oh, this is a bit of a... Okay, so let's do this case here. Let's do the fairy lights one, and I'm just going to grab an oracle deck. Oh, with a donation, of course. Is my friend jealous of me? So what's going on with your friend? Let's have a look here. What's going on with your friend? What's happening here? Oh. Okay, we've got choices to be made. Whew. Yeah, basically, the sort of saying to you, hey, what do you want in your life right now? What's important for you? What's going to allow you to sort of stand up for your convictions? I think in a way it's like you need to sort of create some boundaries here. There's definitely, it's not that your friend's jealous of you. There's definitely something going on there. She's sort of angry in a way. I get a sense of anger from her. She's just really just a snarky person. Oh, here we go. She really wants to destroy in a way, it's not jealousy, it's sort of an angerish issue, and she's not really angry at you. I don't know, it's just got this real destructive energy. Feels very destructive, Victoria. I think it's about you sort of walking away, creating some boundaries here. Okay, so basically what I got here is with the Two of Wands. It's about you making some choices between you with your friend. Okay, I feel like you've got some choices to make in regards to your friend. Very much about standing up for your convictions, creating some boundaries to the situation. With the Seven of Coins, it's about, what do you really want in your life? You know, do you want to keep accepting the way she's speaking to you, or is it time to really create some boundaries here? It's about having a sense of closure to the situation with the Eight of Coins here. It's interesting because you got the Seven of Coins and the Eight of Coins, and so it's sort of that story from, you know, what do you truly want in your life, and there's some stuff that needs to end to have that sense of closure on the situation. And with the Ragnarok card here, it's about final, it's about things ending, because she has a very destructive energy about her. It's like she wants to destroy. It's an anger. It's a really weird energy that she carries. And so it's about you having that sense of boundaries, creating those sense of boundaries in the way of, what do you truly want in your life, and standing up for yourself in a way. It's like, hey, I've had enough of the snarky comments. I've moved on, and and they can choose to either just accept things for what they are, or move out of your life. You don't need that toxicity in your life. In other words, Victoria, you don't need that toxic relationship with your friend. Okay, you don't need that toxic relationship with your friend. So you've got to decide, what do you want to follow? What guide are you following? You know, letting your intuition guide you in a way, trusting in yourself. I think that's really important for you to sort of understand. I think it's really important that you just sort of create those boundaries, like, hey, I've had enough of those snarky comments. I don't need that in my life. You're being very toxic. I don't need toxicity in my life. You've got a choice to either accept what's going on, or it's time for thing to move on. So I think that's really important here, Victoria. So I hope that helps. I hope that sort of gives you that sense, that confident to sort of create the boundaries. Standing up for your own convictions is really important, having that sense of closure. Of course, Victoria, if you want to donate more, if you want to ask, if you want more information or whatever, and yeah, go for it. Not a problem. So let's have a look here. So I've got Aldona next. You can donate as many times as you like. There's no restrictions to donations or anything like that. It's not a problem. Okay, well, the negative people around me leave me alone. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what's going on with this negative people? So how do you create boundaries? What do you need to do? Aldona, what do you need to do for the negative people to leave you alone? Whoa, that just flew out. Card just flew out. Okay, the first card we have here is Strength. It's all about your inner power. It's your courage to have within you. It's a sense of having that courage, that inner power. Standing in your own power is really important here. It's interesting that the Phoenix of, it's all about you nurturing your well-being. Okay, I think it's that sense of, Aldona, it's about creating those boundaries. It's about being able to go, hey, stop, and saying to the universe, I do not want these people in my life. This is the type of person I want. Okay, so that's really important here. I think it's about that strength, standing in your own power, standing in your own inner power is really important here. So will negative people leave you alone? As long as you stand in your own power and you've got the courage to say what you need to say, having the courage to do what's right for you, being able to stand to nurture your sense of well-being is really important here. To take care of your self-care. Self-care is number one here. So if you can do that, you're going to have that ability to sort of create the boundaries that you need for them to leave you alone. So yes, they can leave you alone as long as you stand in your own power, have the own courage to take care of your own needs, to be a little assertive is what I want to say here. You're not aggressive, you're being assertive, saying what you need to happen in your life. Very much about creating the boundaries. Do it, taking the action that you need. Taking the action that you need to stand in your own power, Eldonna. So yes, they can leave you alone as long as you stand in your own power. Right. Oh, donated again. Thank you, Victoria. Muchly appreciated. Of course, the list here. We've done Eldonna, so we'll do amazing fruits next if they're still here. And then I'll do Bart. I've got your question, so that's not a problem. So I'm just waiting for Victoria's question. And let's do Victoria. So what's going on with your friend, Jay? What's happening? It's the same friend, by the way. Okay, so what does your friend actually... Oh, that flew out. Okay, the card that flew out. Right. Interesting. Queen of... Sorry. King of... Domain. Queen of Domain or Pentacles. It's that sense of... she thinks of you being quite organized. I do feel like she thinks of you as being quite business orientated, quite organized, quite to the point type of person. Oh, interesting. She does think of you like doom, and I'm getting here like the Tower card here. So it's like that sense of, I want to say, doom and gloom, or like you're breaking down barriers, you're building new things in life. She has got that. I am getting that she is that sense of, there's definitely some anger there. There's definitely a sense of anger that she's dealing with within herself. And it feels like she's taking it out on you. She has got a sense of anger, a sense of feels like she thinks that you give a lot. You give a lot of yourself. You're kind, you're caring. Does feel very disharmonious in a way. Does feel like she feels like you're giving a lot of yourself away in many very She thinks of you as very down to earth, sort of organized person. I do get a sense of being very practical, you're that earthy type of character, but yet you have that sense of you give a lot of yourself away. Maybe you hold on, and there may be some things that are being held on to in some way. It's an interesting kind of a read, really, because it does feel as though she thinks of you as being quite practical, quite organized. Yeah, practical, organized sort of type of person, giving a lot of yourself away. There is that rebuilding of your life. Hi, Bethel, how are you? So, yeah, I do feel as though there is a lot of heavy energy about, and she does find you kind and caring, and you give a lot of yourself away, but yet there's this thing that you hold on to stuff. I think she feels very conflicted. There's a lot of conflicting energy going on here. There is a lot of conflicting energy. And I think it's something, again, that you have to deal with. You have to communicate. There is a lack of communication. She thinks of you as someone who is growing a lot. You're developing. You are growing. You are developing within yourself. So I think this is something that you need to, again, create boundaries with. I think you need to speak to her. I think there's a lack of communication going on. Oh, Victoria, I just think you just need to talk to her. I think there is a lot of stuff going on here. There is a lot of I think you just need to communicate. There is a lack of communication in a way. I think it's about you being assertive. Again, I get that sense of just being assertive with her, being a bit more aggressive. What do you need to do to stop this? Again, I think it's about your own growth and your own development. There is a sense of jealousy because the green does stand out here. I think there is this form of I just think it's a lack of insecurity in herself. She has a lack of insecurity about herself. So you need to put a stop to it. Again, I get a sense of you needing to be assertive, Victoria. You need to be a little bit more assertive. You need to be a little bit more like, hey, be practical in your approach to her. Don't let your emotions get the better of you or any way. That's really important, Victoria. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Making sure that you sort of speak firm, speak clearly, and say, hey, this is enough. It's about your own growth and your own development within yourself. Okay, so it's really important that you sort of be assertive in the way that you speak to her. Say, hey, this is enough. You're being toxic. She is being toxic. It doesn't matter. This says more about her than it does about you, Victoria. It's more about her insecurities and in the way that she, it's not that she's jealous of you in a way, but it is that she's insecure in herself. And so you get the brunt of it. She's insecure in who she is. And so I think, or your friend is insecure in herself. So I think it's really important that you go, hey, stop. Enough's enough. So that's really important here, just to be able to have that sense of, hey, enough's enough. She's being toxic. Create boundaries. Stand up for your convictions there. I think that's really important here, Victoria. I think it's really important that you communicate very clearly. That's enough's enough. Okay, so let me see what's next. We are into, right, I am up to amazing fruits, and then Bart, which I've got posted in, which is really cool. Oops, that's not what I want. First. Oops, didn't mean to do that. What I do want to do is post. Whoops. Okay, so let's do this. Amazing fruits. What's coming towards you for the rest of December in regards to your career? Okay, let's just do the rider deck. I like this one. Hi, Rashima. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, I have got a list at the moment, and you will be added to the list after this one here. Egyptian Famous is doing the list for me, which is a huge help. Right, what's coming towards you for the rest of December in regards to your career? Let's have a look. Don't forget, mods, to welcome those that are coming into the chat. Don't forget to let them know about the how they can get more information in regards to their readings, and how else they can contact me for a private reading as well. What's coming towards me for the rest of December in regards to career? Let's have a look. Amazing fruits. What's coming towards you? Okay, there's some things that you might be leaving behind and walking into. Something to do with, look at your emotional side of it, awakening, resurrecting something within your career. So awakening something to within your career, really about looking at opportunities that are coming your way. Do feel like there's new ventures. So it does feel like there's some stuff that you're leaving behind, some stuff that you're waking up to, and that you have the sense of new possibilities in regards to your career. So there's lots of things. I feel like there's lots of things going on in regards to December with your career. I think there's a lot of things that you're looking at that's going on here. There does seem to be a need to blow your own trumpet. There is a need to sort of speak about your achievements, is what I'm getting here. A sense of being able to look at what you're finishing, what you're moving into, which seems unknown. It seems like you're moving into the unknown. Of course, you're leaving behind some old stuff here as you sort of move ahead. I feel like there's a lot of movement going on as you're looking at taking a really sort of practical approach, thinking about your adventures, things that need to be done. You're ready to sort of take action. Okay, there are some things that need to be done. So that's really important here. Okay. Next was Bart. I did see Bart's question here. Q. Thanks, Egyptian Famous, for doing the list. I muchly appreciate it. What's going to happen to you in 2023? Right. I'm going to use this Dartha Tarot for you, Bart. Okay, Bart, what's going to happen for 2023? Whoa. Okay, that just flew out. The first card here was Four of Swords, all about taking care of yourself. That's the first thing you're going to do, Bart, is make sure that you find a sense of stability within the mind. Okay, that you actually remember to take time out for yourself. Okay, Bart, it's really important that you take care of yourself. make sure I get a sense of like you speaking your truth is what I get here with the Seven of Wands in a way, standing up for your own convictions, sort of deciding what's important to you is really important. It feels like you're really deciding what's important to your journey, and that's why the part of the review, taking time out, is super, super important here. It's very much about your own faith, your own spirituality. Again, I think it's a lot about what you're learning and what you're discovering. I think there's a lot to learn in 2023 for you. There's a lot for you to discover, to learn through your own spirituality. I feel like there's an awakening within your own spirituality as well, in many ways, as you sort of start to really think about what's important to you in many ways. And the silence, the meditation, reflection, taking time out for yourself is super important. Having that sense of balance, stability within the mind. So it feels like a lot's going on for you, but in 2023 as well. Hi, Natalia. How are you? Right. Thanks for the list, Egyptian Famous. That's absolutely awesome. So, sorry, I just got the bit of a cough there. You're welcome, Bart. You're welcome. Right. For those that don't know me, I'm in New Zealand. My name's Paula, and it's now 10:24 a.m. So I've been in about 30 minutes, 25 minutes. Now, don't forget, I will do everybody who comes in within the hour, and then after the hour, I start to wrap up. So the first hour is everybody that comes in, and then I start to wrap up. Right, don't forget, donations do give you a little bit more information as well. How would I get along with John's best friend? Right, let's have a look here. Let's use the Tarot Familiar. Hi, Yvette, how are you? You will be automatically added to the list. Egyptian Famous is doing that at the moment. Don't forget, everybody gets added in the first hour, and then after that, I'll wrap up. Right. How would I get along with John's best friend? So what's going on with this? How would you get along with John? Right. I think it's very much about how you choose to. You've got the Queen of Wands here, so it's about your energy. You decide on your own energy. You nurture your own energy. You nurture that sense of being dynamic, being confident. Be confident. You know, the sun shines on the situation here, so it's all about how you choose to be confident in your action or your connection with John's best friends. It's all about you being confident and not being cocky or anything like that, but just being confident, speaking clearly, being friendly, all that sort of fiery sort of energy without being over the top. Don't allow yourself to be over the top. Let the sun shine on the situation, bring things into who, into what you want in the relationship. I think it's very much about how you choose to be. Okay, so that's that one. Let's have a look what's next on my list, on the list. Thank you, Egyptian Famous, for the list, of course, that you're doing for me. Muchly appreciated. So I've got Karen and Old Soul. Karen wants a general. Okay, let's have a look. What's this? A general reading. So I'm actually going to use the Stars and Moon Tarot for you, Karen. So what does Karen need to know at this important? What's important for Karen? Whoa! Just about hit me in the face. And the first card we get is Justice. So the first words that actually came to me was a sense of legalities. Are you dealing with any sort of legal issues or anything that seems to be sort of coming up in regards to, I just keep getting sort of legalities in some way. Now, legalities could be contracts, could be an agreement in some way that needs to be dealt with. So a written contract or something that's sort of really important. I don't know whether a contract, and it's important that you look at the truth of the situation. Look at what's actually going on in the situation is really important. Now, I actually get the Tower reversed in this one here. So I get that sense that you've got that enlightenment, you've got that sense of understanding. Things may not be as bad as you feel. Okay, in regards to the legalities. I don't know if you're dealing with any, I keep getting the words legal all the time, just keep going, legal issues. So I don't know if there's something that's unknown yet. And the reason why I say unknown is because of the moon in this card here. It's about trying to find a sense of equilibrium and balance within the situation. Things are not as bad as you might feel. Overall, there are some changes, there are some things going on. I feel like you need to look deeper within yourself. You need to look deeper within yourself. You need to look much deeper at what's actually going on in regards to the truth of what's actually happening here. Being able to see things much clearer, having a sense of clarity in the situation is really important. Being able to cut through the debris and stuff that's going on for you. Very much about finding a sense of inner truth, and things are not as bad, and seeing things not as bad as they are, looking at the positive aspects of what's actually going on. Don't dwell on the any negative aspects here. So Karen, I just keep getting the words legal. So I don't know if there's anything. That's all they're telling me is the legalities of the card and needing to find a sense of equilibrium, balance. Look at the consequences of any actions that were being taken during this process as well. So that's really important here. Okay, so that's really important, Karen. So hopefully that really helps you there. Right, next on the list, yes, donations are available. You can donate through the links. So Karen, so who was next on my list? So this is the updated list here. So Old Soul. So don't forget to check out Egyptian Famouses lists. What does Aries thoughts towards you? Okay, let's use the Romantic Tarot here. Oh, that flipped out straight away. Feels like there's a lot of confusion, a lot of debris to be cut through. Okay, it feels like they're cutting through a lot of the debris, a lot of the confusion. I think there's a lot of conflicts and things going on. It does feel as though they want a sense of, interesting with the Knight of Cups. It's feeling like they want the romance. There's definitely the romantic feelings there, but they're trying to cut through all the debris, all the conflicts that they have, the inner conflicts and stuff going on. Does seem to be a sense of fogginess, a sense of like they're just trying to cut through all the mental thoughts to get a sense of clarity in the situation. There is that romantic feelings towards you. There's definitely something there, but there's also a lot of I do feel like they're conflicted in some way. There is that confusion. There is that sense of fogginess. There is some other stuff going on within their own thoughts. They're trying to cut through all the debris, trying to get, I think there's a real need to communicate here. I think there's a lack of communication. So interesting here. So thank you very much for the donation. Muchly appreciated. Wow. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Muchly appreciated. So I just need your question. Just need your question. Remember me. Wow. Once I've finished with Remember Me, I will then do I will continue with the free readings, Ashley. Then I'll do Egyptian famous. I'll do you. Make sure you type in your question, Ashley, and I'll do Bethel as well. So let's do Remember Me, and I just need to do a question. So I just need Ashley's question next as well, and then Egyptian famous. If you get your questions in, and then I've got them ready. You know, if you're those that are on the list, if you come up, so I've got Ashley and Egyptian famous, and then Bethel. So if I get your 3 questions in as well, it'll make it easier because they do take a moment to come through. Okay. What's going on with this relationship? Let's do, what am I going to do for you? I think I might do Mary L, actually. And with the Mary L, let's do, what oracle deck am I going to do for you? Mary L, let's have a look. I think I might do, don't know why, but Intuitive Soul Oracle by Lisa Williams is coming up, as well as Crystal Oracle. Right. Whew. Remember Me. Right. So this is quite a decent reading. This is going to take a little bit of a moment because we've got a few cards to do in this one here. So I'm going to do Lisa Williams Intuitive Soul Oracle, and I'm going to use the Crystal Grid Oracle as well with the Mary L Tarot. Because you want to know what's going up with this connection of you and the Gemini. What's going on here with this relationship? It does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here. So we want to really look at things, you know, what's going on with it. What's the foundation of this connection? What does the future hold for you? What do you each bring to the relationship, the connection? What do you each bring to the connection? So let's have a look here. Ooh. Okay, let's begin. So what's this connection? What should be going on here? What's happening here? Okay, the first thing we've got here is about you. I feel like you're I just got the words blinding. Something is blinding you from the situation here. Feels like something is blinding you. You haven't quite got a sense of it's about gaining an understanding of what's important for you. Where are you being led? Okay, what's leading you to where you want to be? I think there's some things, real serious things to really think about here. It feels like there's something that's sort of been blinding you to the situation, or something sort of stopping you from seeing the bigger picture of it here and being able to sort of have that understanding that you need. It does feel like something sort of leading you, what's leading you to where you want to be. So I think you've got some stuff to really think about, to look at here. It's all about looking beyond the illusion. Look beyond what you're seeing at the moment in regards to the relationship. So what are you looking at? I think there's a lot for you yet to discover and learn about yourself, about what you want in your life, about what you need. I think there's a lot of still for you to learn and discover. I think solid, looking at beyond the illusion, using your skills and your abilities, trusting your intuition to manifest the reality that you truly want in your life. That's really important here. Yeah, I get a sense of you moving on. We've got 8 of Wands here. So I get a sense of you moving on here. And you are, because you're finding yourself at a real crossroads. You will find yourself having to make clear decisions. Having to make decisions. Find a sense of balance of the mind. So I do see you moving on. It's not about giving up on the connection. It's about you taking care of yourself. It's about you moving on from any toxic relationship. You do want to move on far away. And I think that's what's coming on here. It's about you making that ability here. It's a long journey for you to rebuild, to break down the barriers. I feel like you're being forced to, I feel like your life is being forced to sort of crumble around you. And that gives you the chance to stand on solid ground and rebuild the future you want. So the Tower card is telling us that things can be a bit you will feel a bit of sadness. You will feel as though your life's turned upside down when you make that break, that journey, that walk away from, which is a long journey. It's not a quick journey. It does feel like you've got a long journey ahead of you, and you may have some ups and downs, that things may be not quite the way that you want them to be, but it does give you the chance to rebuild the future that you actually want, which is certainly important here. Interesting, with the Queen of Swords and Queen of Discs, I get a sense of being firm, looking at the truth of the situation, being organized, a to-do list, nurturing your well-being, nurturing your mind, your ideas. So I really feel it's important for you to be walking away, looking beyond the illusion, to be able to manifest the reality that you truly want. There is a lot for you to learn and discover as you move forward here. So yeah, I do feel it's very much about well-being, taking care of your mind, your body, taking care of your what's important to you is super important. Being able to rebuild the journey that you actually want by moving ahead. I'm getting a lot about moving away with the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Discs. There's that movement. And with the Tower, you've got that leap of faith. Having a leap of faith in yourself is super important here. as you're able to sort of have that understanding, that enlightenment that gives you the clarity for you to start taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of yourself physically as well as mentally as well. So super, super important for you, I think, to really sort of not give up on the connection, but definitely take care of you, walk away for you to be able to create the boundaries that you actually need to have that sense of, yeah, move away. So there's definitely that movement. And it's interesting here because we get the sense of health. Okay, health has come up again. I talked about well-being, #1 card here. Okay, and I get the sense of, now it does come up as children, right? But it's talking about a sense of your own unconditional love, your sense of nurturing you. Okay, that sense of cleansing away the debris, the clutter, and giving yourself that sense of unconditional love. Okay, and the card I have here in the crystal one with the pink fluorite is heart protection. So protecting your heart is so important here. Make sure you haven't got the toxicity on anyone else. So that's really super important. Please don't keep posting your question until I'm ready for you, please. I will talk about 2 or 3 people I've already said that I need on the free list. Don't keep typing in your question until I ask for it. Thank you. And you only need to type your question in once. Okay, remember me. So hopefully that sort of gives you a sense of giving you the courage to actually do what you need to do, to actually take care of yourself, to cleanse away the old so the new can start coming in. Protecting your heart is super important. That's really important here. Okay, so remember me. I hope that's really important for you. I hope that's able to give you a sense of clarity, giving you a sense of where you need to be at this time. Right, now the first 3 on that list of Egyptian famous you've got here. Okay, so I'm doing famous, your question next, and Bethel and scientist. Then so once I've got those, and then I will do the next. Right, and so I know that you guys have typed in your question because I asked you to. Oh, did I do Ashley? That's what I'm up to. Sorry, Ashley, forgot your question. Thanks, Ashley. Current Ashley, right. So let me just focus. Let me just put this all away. Hopefully that helps you get a sense of clarity. Now, because I'm in a caravan, tiny space, so I have to put things away as I go. So just give me a minute as we look at Ashley's question next, and then I will do Egyptian famous, and then who's next? Yeah. No, I've got Ashley's question. She's good. Thank you. Thanks, Egyptian famous. Muchly appreciated that. So, I'm just trying to keep everything in its box. I keep all the oracle decks in their boxes, otherwise I can't move. Right, Ashley. Whew, what do you need to focus on? Let's do the elemental. Cool. I'm just going through those that have already posted their questions. That's fantastic. Don't post them until I ask. So that's really cool. So So I've got your one too. Right. Cool. What do I need to focus on right now? What does Ashley need to focus on right now? What's really important? Well, that was me being clumsy. That was not being pulled out. That was just me being clumsy. Okay, what do you need to focus on right now? That's really cool. Whew, deep breath. Whoa. Okay. 5 more minutes, Egyptian famous, and then the list is closed if anyone else comes in. 5 more minutes and the list is closed. And then I'll just wrap up the free list. But donations are still available, of course. Okay, what do I need to focus on right now? What does Ashley need to focus on right now? First thing she needs to focus on, interesting, with the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is your fortune. You know, what do you truly want in your life right now? What are you accepting into your life mentally? What ideas or thoughts, you know, what do you want to bring into your life? What do you want to, I feel like there's a mental thoughts, a sense of taking back what's being taken from you, allowing you to sort of look at what's being taken from you mentally and sort of standing in your own power in a way, standing in your own mental power is super important here. Having success and victory, having a sense of harmony in your energy is so important here. Don't let your, I want to say your fire get the better of you. Don't get yourself worked up about anything. Very, very important here to know that you've got success, you've got victory in your life, even with all the struggles and the challenges. I think it's important to focus on the success, standing in your own power, focusing on the positive journey that you've got mentally ahead of you. So what do you want in your life mentally? You know, what are your thoughts and ideas that you want to bring into your life and you want to focus on? So it's very much having that focused on the successes. Do not focus on your failures. Focus on your successes. Okay, you want to focus on what's important to you, not what, you know, look at what's being taken and then bring it back into your life and say, hey, no, this is how I want to be. This is what I want in my life. And that's really important here. What do you truly want mentally into your life? How do you look at your successes, your victories, your triumphs, and how do you maintain that success? That's super important. Yep, there's those things that are all important to you. So hopefully that helps. Egyptian famous. Right. Let's have a look here. I did see your question. Okay, I'm going to do kind of weird. I had to pull out a box. Egyptian famous. I got the deck of heroes. Oh, now why? Oh, it's hocus pocus in the middle here. Whoops. Luckily, I hadn't pulled out that deck to use today. There's the card. I don't want that. Whoops, that happens when we shift. Let's just put these in the right. Oh, God, I don't want those. Every now and then I've got to unbox a different deck. Right, let's have a look here, Egyptian famous. With being my mod. Okay, love messages from your divine masculine. Let's have a look here. Let's connect. And because you do so much for me, Egyptian famous. It feels like there's a lot of battles. There's a lot of conflicts going on with your divine masculine. Feels like your divine masculine is dealing with a lot of conflicts. And yet, it's giving them the chance to have a sense of breakthrough, of understanding. Whoa. Oh, and I want that one as well. Right. Okay, I'm getting a lot about faith, beliefs, spirituality, spiritual connection here. Oh, it's got spirit. It's really weird. Okay, I just got the word wedding, but I don't think it actually means, I don't know if it means like a physical wedding or something like that, maybe what's going on in their mind at the moment. So that's mostly why they're feeling a little conflicted about stuff and things like that. There is that sort of challenge. I got the word wedding, so I don't know what that means. Connection of some sort. But I do feel like they're dealing with some heartbreak. So I don't know whether that's in their thoughts and their ideas, which is why they're feeling conflicted, because they've been dealing with some heartbreak of the past. I think that's dealing with the past heartbreaks and things like that. And so they're trying to change their perception of things. With the Six of Swords, there's that moving forward away from the old thoughts into the new, trying to get into that sense of smoother waters, so to speak. So Egyptian famous, I do feel as though that conflict, I don't know why I got the words wedding. It was so weird with the Hierophant here. I got the word wedding. So I don't know what that means, or whether that's just like a connection, whether that's what's in their head. But they have been dealing with some sort of heartbreak from the past, which has given them the conflicting of the mind. And they're just trying to get a sense of clarity, a sense of understanding, so that they can move into smoother waters here. So really interesting. And because you do so much, let me just do, whoa, don't lose all the boxes. I don't want all the boxes falling on the ground. So Egyptian famous, I'm just going to do gods and titans here. So I'm going to do this for you. So what masculine energy is coming through? What message? Balance. I think balance is going to be really important for you in regards, from your divine masculine here. I think it's important that you sort of balance out the energy, making sure you stay balanced in your mind and body is super important here. So Vishnu came through quite strongly here in regards to balance. So I do feel as though your divine masculine is going through a lot of challenges within themselves. and they're just trying to find a sense of balance within themselves as well. But I think it's also important that you stay balanced. So hopefully that helps, Egyptian famous. It's quite a bit of a thing there. Now, the reason why you got a bit of a reading there was because of what you do. That's my little thank you to you, Egyptian famous, to say thanks for all your support, for all the lists, creating the lists and doing what you do. Muchly the moderating, so muchly appreciated there. So I did want to do that for you. Right, let's get back into doing the free list. Now, don't forget, if you want a reading like that, it would normally be a donation, but Egyptian Famous is one of my mods, and she's very good, very, very good at helping me with the lists and things as well. Right, so next is Bethel. So is Bethel still here with a question? I don't think she typed in. So Bethel and Scientist, if you can type your questions in, and then I'll do Rashima. So Bethel, Scientist, and Rashima first. You three can type in your questions. That would be really cool. Whew. And then I'll do Natalie, Yvette, and Karushika, and Arkelia. So that's what I'm up to. Bethel, Scientist. So Bethel, I just need a question, please. Sorry, I'm just going to relight an incense stick here. Well, I just need to sort of clear the energy. Let's put in some Palo. Oh, no, I haven't got any Palo Santo. I used all that. Oh, okay. Let's do Dragon's Blood. Yes, I've got that one there. Dragon's Blood I'll do. So I'm looking for Bethel. Oh, thanks for your question, Bethel. Oh, drats, I just dropped the incense. Whoops. Do not want to drop all that incense in there. Right. Oh, I didn't even light the tea light today. Right, that's the incense. And the tea light. To finish up. Okay, the list is closed, so I'm just wrapping up now. So I'm just going to put the banner in that I just put an ending soon. It just means that I'm wrapping up everybody who's on the list. Everyone who's come in, I'm doing your readings. Oh, so what's coming up for 2023? Right. Let's do Tarot of the Divine. I want you to think about your questions. Make sure your questions start with how, what, and why. How can I improve my life? What do I need to know? Why do I react this way? Don't think of just yes and no questions. You want a little bit more with your reading. So when you think about your question, think about how you can improve your life. What do you need to know? Right, Bethel, what's going on for 2023? What have you got to look forward to? Let's have a look. Oh, success. Feel like you've got a lot of success. There might be some battles, there might be some challenges, but overall I think 2023 is going to be a very victorious year for you. It's going to be quite successful. It's allowing you to sort of look at the bigger picture. Time for you to sort of, don't keep your head down all the time. Remember to lift your head up and look around you. Be aware of what's happening around you. Okay, so you want to think about the successes and the victories. Focus on that. Focus on your own successes, your own victories. Be aware of what's happening around you is super important here. Being aware. Not having your head down, not about feeling sorry for yourself, but allowing yourself to really be in stillness is what I'm getting here. Be in stillness, to be aware of what's actually happening around you emotionally. What's emotionally affecting you? What's affecting you emotionally is super important here as well. What are you holding on to emotionally? How can you create a sense of emotional stability, emotional foundations for you to sort of be able to move ahead here? So it's about moving forward in your life with success, focusing on your achievements of what you've achieved, celebrating the small achievements, the small victories along the way. So being aware of what's going around you is really important. Self-awareness here. That's what you've got to look forward to in 2023. Lots of successes, lots of victories, but it's making sure that you're aware of your environment as well. Right, so next was scientist and then Rashima. So scientist, here, let me have a look. Just seeing where scientist came in. Okay, so remember your questions are what's going on for you. So you want to look at your spirituality here. Let's do actually going to do vintage Japanese. Okay, scientist, any message regarding your telepathic or your... Okay, it's about you manifesting what you want, scientist. Very important for you to look beyond the illusion, to actually look beyond the surface, to be able to use your skills and your abilities. One step at a time. It's about using your skills. So how do you develop your skills? How would a magician develop their skills? You know, they practice. So I think I'm getting the word sort of like practice, taking the practice. I'm getting a very practical aspect of the magician here, where they practice and practice their skills and their abilities to develop, to create their own reality here. It's enabling you to actually move on, to keep moving with passion, with motivation, with drive, with creativity here. Very much, scientists, if you're wanting to develop your telepathic abilities, it's about practice. It's about keep on doing it. You keep doing, you keep practice what you're doing, and you're going to develop and grow. You're going to be able to move forward with your telepathic abilities. The more you practice, the easier it will become. So it's just something that you need to do here. Okay, so that's really what, that's your developing of your telepathic abilities, is by practice. That's what I got here with the magician, was just the words practiced, for enabling you to sort of develop or move forward with your creativity, your passion. Okay, next, Rashima. Right, so the list was... Now, I know Egyptian Famous can pop in and out in regards to working. I don't know if they're working, Egyptian Famous working. So this is the list that we've got. And the list is closed unless you donate, and then you can be added. Okay, so Rashima. Then I'll do Natalia. So I need Natalia's question, Yvette's question, and then I'll do the Kushiki, which I saw your questions, and Arkelia. Right. So you want to know whether you're going to get married in the near future. You're really sort of, what do you need to do to get married? Let's have a look. Let's just use the romantic tarot. Okay, so with Rashima, whew, married. Is there marriage? What does Rashima need to do? What's the connections? Let's see, marriage. Think about taking a risk. I think it's very much about taking a risk. And you've got the passions and the creativity, the motivation. You've got the motivation, you've got the drive to create the new beginnings that you need, to take a risk. Yeah, if you know, it's all about what you choose to do. You do have free will, Rashima. Okay, there are some things that you need to do. You need to take a risk in life. If you want to get married, you have to take a risk. And yes, I do feel with the bouquet here that yes, you'll get married, but it's all about the risks that you choose to take. So, and it doesn't mean the marriage is going to be a good marriage or a bad marriage or whatever, but it's definitely, you know, the possibility is there that you will get married in the near future, but it's all about the risks that you take. That's all I keep getting here. The words risk. Take a risk. Take some action. You know, take some action. I think it's about taking a risk, doing something. I feel like you need to step off the cliff in a way, sort of take the plunge. And just seeing what else we get in the picture here. Yeah, I feel like you're being lighted the way, being guided with the lights here. It talks about being guided, being, you know, the way ahead is being lit, but it's whether you take that. It's about doing those actions there. So will you get married? If you choose to take that risk, if you choose to, like there. Okay, so now I'm just wrapping up the last that were in here over that hour. So I'm just doing this list here that Egyptian Famous did for me, the last of the list. So, right, I'm up to Natalia. Oh, hi, Esty. Hi, how are you? Donations are still available. There's not a problem. I can still do donations, but I just want to wrap up these free ones here that I'm doing. So I'm just wrapping up the free list, and then I'm going, but the donation ones are still available. Not a problem, but I just want to wrap up these free ones. So Natalia, Yvette, Kushiki, and Akelia. So that's the last ones, I think. Right, so let me just look for Natalia's question. So Natalia, I don't know if you put in a question. If not, can you please make sure you type your questions in now? Natalia, Yvette. I just saw, can I please be added? But I actually didn't see a question. Okay, so I don't know whether Natalia is still here. Talia, if you're still here, can you please type in your question? I'm going to do Yvette's for now. So I'm just waiting for Natalia's question. So, Yvette, you're wanting to know what's coming up for you. So, let's do the Waterfall Tarot. Now, don't forget the Waterfall Tarot is still available through Tarot Oracle's Etsy store. So the Tarot Oracle's Etsy store. Don't forget you can check out on his Etsy store. He's also got his ebook, Tarot Guidance, which is absolutely awesome for referencing so much information with the cards and how to combine them and things like that. So there's some great ebooks as well on and he's got a tarot cloth. I don't know what's available in regards to that, but definitely got the Waterfall Tarot. So I love this. This is Rider-Waite-Smith watercolored with the art, the imagery. There's some little twists in there as well. So what's coming up for you, Yvette? So let's have a look. What's coming up for you? Oh, definitely feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel. It feels like you've been in a bit of a dark space, Yvette. And it does feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's all about meditation, reflection, time for silence. Maybe it's a time not to speak out. It's a time to have silence. And that's going to create the victory that you want, the successes here. That's really important. Okay, it's important for you to just know that you're going to have the successes, you're going to have victories, but it's all about coming out of the dark space that you feel like you've been in. It's allowing you to have the wisdom or the knowledge that you've had with being silent. You don't need to speak loudly about what's been going on. This is a quiet success. This is you celebrating for yourself, not shouting out to the world, but being in silence. That success you've got is about you acknowledging that you're moving through into the light. That comes from a quiet celebration within yourself, doing something for you. I get very much about self-care, self-pampering is very important. Doing something for you. Having a day at the spa. I don't know why that came up. I just a day at a spa. Okay, doing something for you with your self-care, with coming out of the darkness. Sorry, excuse me, Yvette. Really important for you to acknowledge your own personal successes, your own personal victories. Okay, so that's really important for you. So I hope that gives you a little bit of guidance to what's important for you right now. Okay. Next on the list. Okay, so Natalia hasn't typed in a question. So I'll do Kurushiki. Right. You're welcome. Yes, you needed that. You're welcome, Yvette. You're welcome. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's do the after tarot. Okay, so you broke up with a person who keeps giving you mixed signals. We've always been off and off kind of relationships. So I broke up. So my cue is my past person ever loved me or not? Or what does he actually want? So what's going on with this connection? Interesting here. Okay, so start with the I felt like it was a relationship that was very one-sided. Felt like you were giving a lot. I felt like it was a relationship that you gave a lot to. And I actually got the sun reversed in this one here. And so it told me that things were blocked. There was a lot of blocking stuff from the past that they weren't happy about the situation. Didn't mean that they didn't love you or they didn't care about you, but they were just, I think they were just, it was an unhappy person. I think they were just an unhappy person, Kushiki. Okay, I just felt like they were an unhappy person, and it felt like that you were always giving, and so you weren't receiving what you needed. That you weren't receiving anything in return. It was very much a one-sided relationship, and it just felt like they were not happy. They were just not a happy person, and that was their own. It said more about them than you. Hi, Melody. How are you? Oh, thank you for the donation. Muchly appreciated. Muchly appreciated. That is so cool. Thank you. Welcome. So I will do your reading. I just need a question from you, Melody. So yeah, I just felt like this person was very unhappy in themselves. It was their own self stuff going on. It said more about them than themselves. It was very much about you gave a lot and never received. You didn't feel like you received anything in return. And so it was very, I want to say unbalanced here. There was a disharmony. When I look at these two cards together, I felt like there was disharmony, and that was there within their own life. Okay, Kushiki, I just felt like they were unhappy. They had disharmony in their own life, and so that's why they flipped on and off all the time. You know, that's why it felt like the relationship was on and off all the time, is because they had their own disharmony. Okay, they were disharmony in their own life. And so it affected everything. It affects everything around them. It says more about them than you. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's very important for you just to, I feel like you need to find your own happiness here. Okay. It's time for you to find your own happiness. Okay. Right. Melody. I will do the Keller, I will do your reading, but I'm just got Melody's just popped in here with their donation. So I'm just waiting for, I've just got to go through and just look out here. So Melody, thank you. Right. So I'll do you next, Kelia. So no worries. Thanks for posting in your question. Muchly appreciated. I will do that. So what's going on with Aaron? Let's do Lord of the Rings. And I'm actually going to do, where are you, Miss Avalon? Down here. Whoa! You don't want to drop it. Right. I'm actually going to do the Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to do Mists of Avalon. I know they're two different stories, but they have the same sort of energy. I find they work really, really well together. So, I know the two different movies, Lord of the Rings and Mists of Avalon, but... So, I'm just finishing up, but donations are still available. I've just got a couple more freebies that another free one that I'm doing. Arkiela is the last free one, but donations are still available. So, ooh. Okay, that was me just shuffling. Right, just talking about other things. Right. Sorry, Renee. I've actually got to finish up, but I'm just doing Keller is sort of the last one. And I'm just doing any donations coming through. I'm just doing those. So I was meant to meet Aaron last night. He said he'll confirm them. And he said he's a bit sick. What's his energy towards me? Okay, so what's going on with this? What's his connection? What is your connection? Was he being honest? Was he truly sick? Let's have a look here. What's going on? What's the energy towards you? What's the connection towards you? What's going on here? Okay, let me just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Interesting, because I'm getting a sense of taking a pause. Like there's movement away from the situation. So it does feel like there's movement. I feel like there's a lesson for you to learn here. I feel like there's a lesson for you to learn in this situation. Melody, just feel like there's a lesson. I keep getting lesson to learn, something to discover in here. I feel like this is a lesson. This is a teaching moment for you. Okay, with the Hierophant here. Then you've got 6 of Swords, which is like that movement into new pastures. Like there's something that you've got to learn so that you can move forward here. And not feel stuck with life's ups and downs. It's all about the action that you're going to choose to take, the decisions that you're going to make here, so that you can create the abundance and the bounty here. So I think this is a lesson for you to learn. Okay, I think there's a lesson to learn here in this situation. I think there's something that you need to sort of file away. Because it's really about creating the abundance and the truth. And it's interesting here, because the sword really stood out in this one. Now, we don't normally get the Empress with a sword, but I'm getting that sense of the truth of it, having that, creating that bounty and abundance. Sort of nurturing yourself in many ways. Oh, okay, so I'm actually going to do 2 of these. What have I got? Self-respect. Self-respect. And interesting, because the words that stood out for me here was triumph, having your own success, your own victory. A sense of here. So I think this is something that you need to learn from. It does feel like I think you just be careful. I think you need to be aware. Wait for him to contact you again. If he's interested, he'll contact you for with an apology and sense of, hey, look, I'm really sorry I wasn't feeling well, but this is, I'd like to see you again. I think this is something that you need to file in your, I keep getting a lesson to learn. With the Hierophant card, that's what I keep getting, is a lesson to learn. It's like he's shifting, he's moving, his ideas of thoughts are shifting into new perspectives here. I feel like it could be life's ups and downs, you know, one of the challenges of life. Here, be careful about not being stuck while you wait as well. You need to live life. You know, you need to live life as well. It's all about taking care of yourself, looking at the truth, to be able to have the abundance, the prosperity that you actually want. Very much about the sense of self-respect. Self-respect to have the successes that you want in your life. So I hope that sort of makes sense for you. I feel like it's something that you sort of just need to be a little bit, you know, just something you might need to learn from. It's a sense of you living your own life, creating your own abundance, your own prosperity, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, you know, is really important here. You know, if they're interested, they'll contact you. If not, just let yourself, you know, don't get too wound up in it. Just let yourself live the life that you need to live. Take care of you. Create your own abundance. Create your own prosperity here. Right. So, Akela, right. Last free reading. Look, I've been on for an hour and a half, guys. I can't be on constantly. I do need to wrap up. I have got other work to do. I do have to work. I do have other paid clients that I do need to do readings, email readings and things for. So this is it. So let's do the Universal Celtic Tarot. Whew. Yes, I do need to do some work. I get a little bit behind if I keep doing these lives, so I do need to have boundaries. I've been on for an hour and a half, and so this is the last reading, the last free one anyway. So if anyone that was on the list that hasn't typed in their question, can you please make sure that you've typed in your question if I've missed you? Other than that, I'm just wrapping up. So I will do some donation readings and everything like that. So if you donate, I'll do a separate video for you guys later on this afternoon. If you do video, but I've finished up. This is the last reading, last free reading anyway. So energy, looking like with me and the person of interest. So what's going on with this? What lies ahead for you guys? What's the connection? What's the foundation of your relationship here? What's the foundation of your relationship? What's the connection like? What's that energetic foundation? So let's have a look here. Okay, so last reading. Let's have a look. Energy reading. What's the connection? What's the foundation of this relationship? What's going on here? Okay, the wheel. Interesting. So it feels really positive energy here. I'm getting straight away a sense of good fortune, that things are moving in the right direction. There may be some challenges. Okay, there may be some challenges, but everything seems to be sort of quite positive energy about the whole thing. But it does important for you to sort of I think there's a lot of thinking to do, a lot of analyzing. I think it's really important that you sort of analyze what's actually going on here. Look at the truth of what's actually happening here. I think there's a need to do a lot of thinking about it. It does feel quite positive, but it may not be in the direction you actually want. There'll be life's ups and downs. There will be some challenges in this connection. Okay, so it's important that you look at the truth of it. Really sort of focus on analyzing the situation that's going on. Look at the truth, the facts of the connection here. I think there's a need to really sort of think about things clearly. You know, things do seem positive. They do talk about there are life's ups and downs. There will be some challenges along the way. It's important that you make clear decisions with the facts. So focus on the reality. That's correct. Focus on the reality of the situation here. Look at the facts. Don't let your perceptions or your ideas distort the truth. Be careful about distorting the truth is what I get with these cards here. Be careful about distorting the truth. Very important to look at the facts of it, because it may not be what you expect, but it can still be a positive connection. Okay, so it may not be a romantic relationship. Okay, it may not be a romantic relationship, but it can still be a positive one. Okay, it can still be a good relationship. Could still be a positive relationship just because it's not romantic. So just look at the facts of it. So focus on the reality. Okay, I'm not getting romance. but I'm getting positive, good relationship. So that's why I keep getting that sense of needing to look at it. So still nice, still positive relationship, not necessarily romantic, not necessarily passionate or anything like that. I do feel like it's one of intellect. Okay, I do feel like it's one of good conversation. It could be one of good conversation. Do you speak, are you able to speak confidently with this person? Have good conversation. It could be one of intellect, one of being able to communicate about stuff, talk about things. Okay, so that's it for me. I have to quit. I've been on for an hour and a half, and I burn out. I've got work to do as well. I do have some clients email readings and things that need to be done. Don't forget, you can find me. You do? Oh, awesome. So you're welcome, Arkelia. You're welcome. Okay, so just want to remind everybody that you can book a private reading or a healing service on my Ko-Fi. Okay, you can also check out Fiverr as well. There are also, if you go through Ko-Fi, there's memberships from as little as $1 a month. From $3 a month, you can get a free private reading. Don't forget to contact me so we can book. But if you are a member of my Ko-Fi, when you come on the lives, you do get a little extra. Okay, so you do get a little extra with your readings if you are a Ko-Fi member, of course, family member. You do get exclusive content. You do get some free resources. You do get previews with videos and things like that. There's all sorts of little bits and pieces in regards if you're a Ko-Fi. Don't forget, you'll also get the shout out. You'll get recognized. From $3 a month, you get a little bit more with the free private reading. There is that option. So anyway, just letting you know that you can book a private reading or healing service through Ko-Fi for a variety of prices depending on what you can afford. If you can't find what you're looking for on my Ko-Fi, please contact me and tell me what you need, and we can organize a price point for you. So don't forget very much about what you can always go through the donation listing and just choose an amount that you want if you can't find what you're looking for. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you next week. So let me just add this.